How's it going, everyone? I'm Isle, and I'm super excited for this. The replay pack for the ESL Masters Summer played in Sweden has released, and I've got a bunch of replays that I want to cast. First of all, we've got this game. The series. It is going to be a best of 3 series. First of all, we have our Zerg player. He is from Italy. It is Reynor. His opponent is a very formidable Terran player from South Korea. It is Maru. This is going to be epic. Best of 3, map number 1 is Babylon. Now, we actually saw, if you paid attention, we saw Reynor doing a little bit of a extractor trick. Yeah, something that has become a little bit popular once again. Maru seems to be going for his low ground barracks. He likes to do this build. Him and Björn, yeah, they do it a lot. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about these two players. Some of the best the world has to offer. Reynor, he's been playing for quite a while now. He is an absolute monster. He went through a little bit of a period where he wasn't quite on his normal game, but he seems to be in absolutely solid form again. He's playing some fantastic StarCraft 2. And yeah, I think he's scary. One of the quickest players out there, probably tied with Clem in terms of, the actual speed with which they can do things. Very solid player. Obviously, amazing personality. When you see him at events and stuff, he's outgoing, he's busy, he likes to talk a little bit of trash. Definitely a fun player. Maru, on the other hand, is one of the players, well, I think if we narrow it down, one of 2 players that is always debated as to who is the greatest of all time, the GOAT. Many people, this overlord's going to get caught, by the way, many people will straight up say it's Maru. The man has won so many tournaments, it's not even funny. He's won 5 GSLs. I want to say it's 5, which is in itself pretty insane. He's gone across, he's done very well in a whole bunch of tournaments. Yeah, he's a good Terran. He is most feared for his late game, which is insane. His TVT obviously is also insane. It's scary. He's not someone that you want to face in TVT. Now, obviously, that doesn't matter because he's playing against a Zerg player. But Maru is one of those players that it's very, very difficult to finish a game against him because he just doesn't die. It takes so much to lose, or for him to lose, that it's actually quite scary. Anyway, we're seeing Reynor go for relatively early Roach Warren here. So that has to signal a little bit of aggression. That's actually a bunker over here. So reacted barracks on the low ground with a bunker, just for a little bit of safety and obviously to complete that wall off. 3rd CC came up nice and quickly, and we see 2 more barracks behind this. Stimpak is coming up really early. I think Reynor's going to be in a little bit of trouble here, because he's going to be throwing, he's got 6 roaches at the moment. He's going to be sending them straight across the map, but they're going to run into a ton of Marines, because these barracks are going to be throwing out the Marines. And if Stimpak and Combat Shields finishes, by the time that the roaches get over here, Maru's just going to be fine. Factory is coming up now. With the 3cc as well, Maru's going to have a brilliant economy. Reynor so far has full 2-base saturation with 6 drones on his 3rd. Where are the roaches? Okay, they're over there. They didn't go straight across. Okay, so maybe it's not as aggressive as I initially thought. Yeah, the Roach Warren timing was there pretty well. So he's gotten roaches up just to make sure that he's not going to die to something. Now the inverse is going to be true. We're going to see a ton of Marines moving across the map soon. And Marines with their upgrades, pretty solid. Ooh, Maru dropping down 2 more barracks as well as the starport. He really wants to get aggressive in this game. Here we see a ton of Marines moving across. This is 5 minutes, by the way. 5-minute mark, and he's going. The roaches are hanging out here. They want to be careful not to be caught. Okay, the creep does spot this, so Reynor's going to know that it's coming. Reynor behind this is also getting double Evo Bay. Now, this is a push that can deal a lot of damage, but with too many stims, Maru might run out. Although those roaches are just melting to the Marines. Another stim. The Marines are now sitting on yellow health. Yeah, he's got to pull back a little bit. Without medevacs, the sustain on this army is a little bit lower than he would like it to be. Overseer is getting a good scout on. It's going to go into the main base and see exactly what is going on. There's double medevac production as well as a bunch of tanks. Counterattack, I was going to say, coming up, it wouldn't have done too much. Maru is in a good position. Economically, he's sitting on a comfortable 59 workers, very close behind Reynor. 4th base coming up for Reynor so far. He is also going for not melee, ranged as well as carapace upgrades. Yeah, this could shape up to be very good. Armory's coming up, so he's going to go straight into those +2 upgrades as soon as the +1 is finished. Lots of Marines. Lots of Marines. Man with gun. Strong. Reynor is also now going for a infestation pit. So, hive perhaps? Okay. Maru's going to start his harassment here. Start clearing out some creep. The roaches are doing their job. Pick up. And now he's going to be annoying with his double medevacs. Did lose a couple of Marines. So, not great. But also not quite the end of the world. 1-1 is done here for Maru. Hive is on the way, and we see 2 infestors immediately in production for Reynor. So he's going to try counter Maru's aggressive bio play with some fungal growths, which pretty solid. Pretty solid plan. More barracks coming down. That's 3 more actually. Maru. Here we go, Marines going in once again. They are bumping heads against the roaches, and so far seems like Reynor is able to defend well enough. These Marines going to move on the bottom side, clear up a bunch more creep. Going to run into the roaches, and that's going to be the sign for him to pick up, and out he goes. Races. The roaches chasing the medevacs. Hello. What did I send on there? Anyway. It's not massive tank production so far for Maru. He's just got 3. He's starting to build marauders now as well. Clearing up a little bit of creep here in the middle of the map. I think that's a very good plan. And picks up and off he goes. Now we see the transition to lurkers for Reynor. That is one way to stop a Terran that is pushing very aggressively. But here comes Maru. Sieging up in very safe positions. Moving his army in multiple parts. Taking a bunch of Marines up front. Ooh, dodges the first fungal, gets hit by the second, but tanks are there to back up the bio army. At the same time, there is a force here moving on the 4th base of Reynor. Not much to defend. Couple of Zerglings move across. Woohoo! Biles. Oh, if only you could have picked up those infestors. Okay, Maru once again splitting his army, making sure that he doesn't get hit by too much of the bile at a time. So far, Reynor's defense has been solid, honestly. Reynor's up a good amount of workers, but this is a scary Terran army, and the lurkers are not out yet. Remember, roaches are slightly inflated supply. They do not scale as well as Marines and Marauders, for instance. Big Terran push coming up the ramp. Single Marine. Tried it best. He tried. He did what he could. And then died. Okay, we see 4 lurkers now. They are busy morphing in here. That's going to help Reynor just to settle a little bit, but I don't think that's going to stop Maru. He's going to continue pushing on. Biles raining down. They are getting a couple of decent hits here. But this is such a large Terran army. Reynor is trying to hide behind his minerals, but that base is in trouble. Big fungal hits on this entire Terran army, though. Lurker's going to make things difficult. And a couple of Vipers help to pull those tanks into range of the Roaches, but there are more where that came from. Maru has now taken a comfortable supply lead. The Vipers fall. Oh, he's targeting the Lurkers. He is getting them. Okay, one Lurker remains. Workers are starting to fall as they are trying to aggressively defend this base. Woo, sorry. That base does fall. That's the third base, and that means that GG is going to be called. Maru takes game number 1. And after a very exciting game number 1, we are straight into game number 2. This is a best of 3, which means it is already match point. If Maru takes the next game, that means that he wins this series. Reynor's got to do something to pull himself back into this one. That was some pretty decent control there from Maru. Reynor was trying his best to buy time to get the Lurkers out, to make sure that he's in a good position, but Maru just did not let up. He put himself in a good position, got his units, got his tanks up, and then just carried on going for it. He's going once again for the barracks on the low ground. Unfortunately, due to spawn position now, that reactor is going to be a little bit of a problem. So far, seems to be a hatch first build again from Reynor. We'll see what he does in this game. Now, the Roach approach, I like that one, has become quite popular again. Mostly it used to be Dark that liked to play Roaches a lot, and Rogue also loved Roaches. But there's been a couple of guys now like Reynor, like Cyril, that have been mixing in Roach play with +1 ranged upgrades against Terran. So it's interesting to see that there are more avenues than just the usual Ling Bane approach. Obviously, the Roach approach is mostly there to push you through into the mid game where you can get out your Lurkers. So that is the main idea. Now we see a Reaper. Is it going to be more than one Reaper? It is going to be. It's 2 Reapers at a time. Reynor might not see this. Now this Overlord's actually hanging back. Yeah. So he's going to see the Reapers coming through, and he's going to know that he needs to get a little bit of defense in place. This is not a cheesy build, it's just a 2-Rax opener. But it does mean that if Reynor's not ready for it, this can deal quite a bit of worker damage. Second base coming up here for Maru in the natural. And there comes more Reapers. This drone at the same time is trying to find a base where it can expand to. First Reaper is out. And we see the Zergling Reaper dance, the tango of ZVT. Once the Queen comes out, that's going to help with defense quite a lot. But yeah, there are going to be more. Look at this drone going all over the show. It's having a great time. Here comes the Reapers jumping into the main base. Queen is there to greet them. They're going to start working on the workers. One goes down. Okay. Yeah. Decent micro there. Maru not losing any of his Reapers. That drone comes back and finally gets the third down. Reaper's gonna start pelting away at... Ooh. They can get that. The health is getting very low. And before Zergling speed is done, yeah, it's been cancelled. Whoa. Close, Maru. Reynor is actually able to get the third down once again. The Reapers so far being very annoying to deal with. Behind us, double Marines from one reacted barracks and then a single Marine from the other while getting up Stimpack. 2 more Raxes in the main base. No factory as of yet. Ling speed is done, so it seems like Reynor is going to be going for that melee approach. He is draining up quite nicely. But, yeah, we'll have to see. This has to be some dedicated pressure from Maru. Yeah, he's going to get a ton of Marines out and see if he can punch really early with Stimpack combat shielded Marines. No Baneling nest yet. I think Reynor definitely needs to get the Baneling nest up. If he doesn't have a decent amount of splash, I mean, Zerglings are great, but Marines with Stim, they can deal some good damage against Zerglings. Hello. Run, Reapers, run. Marines coming out. Dealt their jetpacking brothers. There we go. The lair is coming up, as well as the Baneling nest. Finally, I feel like that Baneling nest could be a little bit late. Scout goes in, is not able to see too much. Ooh, the boys are being pulled. We see the SCVs and a ton of Marines. Look at that. Look at that, almost synchronized walking. When is Reynor gonna see this? Does he have anything? The Baneling nest is not finished yet. He needs to be very careful. There's the Banelings morphing. He's just got to make sure he's got some time. Reynor does see that the attack is incoming. The Overlord is going to go down. That is definitely a supply block that Reynor does not need. Maru is coming in with a lot of Marines as well as the SCVs. And here we go. Reynor's going to try to engage. He's going to hold that as natural. Baneling's getting some good connections here. The SCVs are trying to tank. Baneling nest goes down. That is not ideal. There are 4 more Banelings on the way. Maru cutting back. He's splitting, but that's some good Baneling hits there. Reynor just needs to hold. He just needs to buy time. The Marines are getting very low. More Banelings are finishing. Some Zerglings are on the way. I think Reynor may have held. These Marines are going to move towards the 3rd base. There are some Zerglings and a Queen, but there's a Spine Crawler. And the Spine Crawler is what helps the defense. Reynor, with an absolutely beautiful hold, pulls back to bring it 1-1 in the series. And with some good control, Reynor is able to bring back the series. It is now 1-1. We are on the 3rd map of the series, which is Royal Blood. Now Maru is being a little bit cheeky again, going for the same aggressive opener, double barracks on the front, and a 3rd in the main base. Reynor has to see this because this is going to be very, very aggressive. Maru is really not in the mood to play this series. You know, I started off by saying, yeah, he likes late game, he likes turtling, he likes, you know, macroing up and just kind of playing that sitting back and waiting when he's not pushing. Nope. Maru's thrown that out the window. It's like, no, aggression, early game, barracks, make many, many units. So this is going to be 3 racks Reaper. First drone. Ooh. Spine or Spore Crawler comes in clutch. First Reaper is being a little bit on the irritating side. 1 Zergling goes down. Good Reaper control here from Maru. He's going to dive in once again. Nice little pullback. And now Reynor's going to see the 2nd Reaper. So he's going to know this is an aggressive little opener. He's getting out a couple more Zerglings. Here comes more. Reynor should at some point see that, hang on, you've got a lot of Reapers for this time. That means it must be a 3-Rex Reaper. He should have gathered now. Luckily, he hasn't gone for his 3rd base too early, which I think is the right move. He needs to focus on defending the areas that he has. Maru behind this is getting his natural up. More Reapers flooding in. And that is 3 Reapers at a time. This is a very aggressive opener from Maru. Let's see if it can actually get some damage done. But looking at that previous game, Reynor's defense was pretty solid. Like, that was a very aggressive push. And I think it's a push that Beyond likes to do, pulling the boys. Beyond is very much so, yeah, well, let's go. Bring the SCVs. Let's go kill him right now. It seems like Maru is content to not make this work so much. He is getting his add-ons, getting a couple of reactors as well as a tech lab on this side. So he's going to transition out of this. He's got a ton of Reapers now. I feel like they need to do something. Otherwise, that was a little bit of a wasted opener because he is delaying his 3rd a little bit here. Single Evo chamber here for Reynor. Seems like he's going to be sticking on his Zerglings once again. But yeah, is Maru playing very passively with these Reapers. Single engineering bay coming up behind this as well as the factory. Marines and Stimpack once again. There comes the starport. Third base is now acquired for Reynor, so it was delayed a little bit, but nothing too drastic. Reynor is up in workers, and here comes the Reapers, but yeah, they're not going to kill a hatchery now. There is enough queens to help defend. More lings on the way, as well as carapace. Baneling nest being planted down, and yeah, Reynor's scouting out with the Zergling. He is seeing what's going on. The Zergling is now no longer there, but hey, he did see what he needed to see. Maru prioritizing the attack upgrades. I think this is going to be another push with a ton of Marines, and maybe all those Reapers. But there's still no third CC on the way. Is this going to be another 2-base pressure here from Maru? Very, very much unlike Maru. Not that... Ooh, that's a good pick of getting all those Zerglings. Not that Maru can't play aggressively, but it's not necessarily his style. And I know one of the things that Reynor always used to say is that he hated playing against Maru because Maru would just sit back. And Reynor loves the open games. He loves it when there's all this back and forth and his Zerglings have space to do run-bys and counterattacks. Reynor obviously very well known for his Zergling usage. And even when he is under immense pressure, he will always find a way to send a couple of Zerglings behind enemy lines. Ooh, Zerglings trying to catch a good surround on the Reapers. Yeah, good work, yeah. And that's goodbye to the Reapers. At the same time, this base is cancelled by Maru. Those Marines are going to be pushing into the third base, but the Queens are there to drive it away. Reynor continuing to clear up a little bit of rocks, give himself more room to maneuver. Still no third base. This is very, very late. This is going to be a dedicated 2-base pressure from Maru. Reynor behind this is getting the Evo Chamber, is getting up his baneling speed. He's got to be careful that he doesn't overboard or go overboard with his greed. He's got to be aware that this is 2-base aggression. Getting a bunch more banelings. He really just needs to stall until baneling speed is finished, because Maru can really control his Marines very well. Tanks being set up in good positions once again. I don't know about that position, but hey. Maru making sure to cover his flanks. But there's a huge army over here. Reynor is going to collapse on this. The Zerglings coming from both sides, getting us around on the Marines. Or at least trying to. Queen's coming in from the bottom side here. But Reynor doesn't want to take that fight off Creed. Good control by Maru. Maru's army is much stronger at this point. Reynor just needs to buy time. He's happy to give up this third base, move the drones over to the other side, the fourth base. Behind this, Zergling run by. He's going to set up for a good surround, and here we go. Banelings coming in from this side, Zerglings on the other side. A couple of good baneling hits going down. That is a lot of Marines that are falling to those Zerglings and those banelings. And Maru's got to pick up and get out of there. Good defense there by Reynor. Nice patient. He did lose a base, but remember behind this, there is no third CC yet. The third CC is busy building, but it's not even halfway done yet. This push was supposed to deal critical damage, and it kind of didn't. Meanwhile, Reynor's Zerglings, that was an awkward sentence, they're still running around, they're still seeing where they can get a little bit of damage done. Checking out the bases, making sure that he knows what's going on. Reynor is going to take the forward base over here. One Marine dies to the banelings. Liberators on the production tab. Oh, poor Overlords. Save the Overlords! Nope, one goes down. Picks up and off he goes. That's always nice, putting the Zerg in a little bit of a supply block. Very good. Ouch. Bang. Zerglings. Zerglings on fire. I think you only lost one there though. Now finally the third base is going to float over, and here we go. Maru is once again going to get on the offensive. It's a lot of lings here on the side. Okay, Reynor's got to see this. The Zerglings, are they just going to avoid the army entirely? No, they're getting pounded by those tanks. Look at them pushing that tank out the way. One tank's going to go down. Second tank is going to go down. And this is what Reynor does. This has made the entire Terran army turn around to deal with that Ling run by. 6 workers do go down. Oh, please make it 7. Nah, that Ling's not going to get it. Reynor playing a very solid game here. Supply is very even. Reynor is up in workers. One queen gets caught out of position. Sorry, queen. More Zerglings going on the run. Is Reynor just gonna keep doing this? Gonna keep running by. Run by. What's the? Yeah, that one. Okay, Zerglings are in the natural once again. That is going to prompt Maru once again to pick up everything and come home. SCVs are starting to fall. Well, maybe one. Burrow is done. Burrows the Zerglings, forces out a scan. Obviously, scans are a little bit painful. Maru would definitely rather be using those scans on, well, the energy on mules. I like what Reynor's doing here. He's getting more banelings. He's getting +2 at the moment. Zerglings are going to see the medevacs. What's this? 5th base coming up. Reynor looking to be in a very good position. But don't count out Maru's army. He is up in supply. He's got a very solid army. The hive is on the way. So once the hive finishes, yeah, there's going to be obviously a lot more upgrades that can benefit these melee units of Reynor. Nothing to be found here. Maru's going to send out a second force to try to get a little bit of damage done on this side. Second factory on the way so they can get a couple more tanks out. And Liberator's going to go around for a bit of a harass. Okay, so we're sitting at 77 workers to 62. Reynor's still in a comfortable supply lead. And so far defending on multiple angles quite comfortably. Maru has not been able to get a good amount of damage. These Liberators are annoying. Queens are going to come in to deal with it. One goes down. Yeah. How many workers have gotten down so far? Only 4 drones. So yeah, Maru really not able to get too much damage. Baneling landmines. Oh no, he scans, he sees it. Yep, you always scan when you're moving out. I love the banelings. Bunch more Zerglings moving out across that. Actually, that's a ton of Zerglings. Maru's going to set up now in a good position with the lurkers. Oh, lurkers with the Liberators. Something. Vipers are on the way, but they don't have energy yet. At the same time, Zerglings have gotten into the natural. They're starting to deal damage to the workers here. They're in the 3rd as well. Burrowed down here. Forcing out another scan. 16 SCVs going down to this Ling run-by. Which means that, yes, this attack got rid of a base. But look at the supply. Look at the worker count. 76 to 45. Maru has got to win the game soon, because the longer this goes on, the better it is going to get for Reynor. He's got a ton of Lings here, a ton of Banes. He's got the surround coming up. Viper's moving a little bit forward, but here we go. Reynor is collapsing from both sides. An absolute brilliant engagement. Queens are trying to get rid of the Liberators. There's so much Ling Bane left over. Those Liberators can't do anything. I can't name anything today. Reynor's getting a lot more army behind this, but he's playing careful. He does not want to lose units off creep. Once again, Ling's getting into the natural. Reynor is everywhere. GG is called. Maru just can't keep up, and Reynor takes a good reverse sweep to win the series 2-1. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a great series to cast some fantastic StarCraft 2 between these two. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you want to see more StarCraft 2 content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.